Hi, I'm meteorologist Tony Petrarca in the Pinpoint 12 Forecast Center. You've clicked on the Weather Now link on this late Thursday evening, almost 11 o'clock. We're going to talk thunderstorms and heat. Let's first talk heat. And the heat advisory has been extended into Friday. However, it is over the border in Connecticut only, not anticipated for Rhode Island and Southeastern Massachusetts. However, it will be a very, very warm, humid day coming up on Friday, but probably not hitting 90 locally. All right, let's look back at a decent stretch of hot weather here. Pretty unusual. You don't see it too often during mid-June, but here was the breakdown. Tuesday we hit 90, yesterday 91, today being Thursday, topped out at 93. So that's 3 consecutive days of 90 or higher. That's an official heat wave, a 3-day heat wave. And notice on Friday, quite warm, in fact, well into the 80s, upper 80s, very humid. And the other slightly bigger weather story for Friday would be the risk of thunderstorms. So here's the breakdown. Overnight, we're quiet. Even Friday morning, we're quiet. But as we get into the afternoon, especially mid to late day, it's a very warm, humid day, upper 80s. It'll feel like 90 with the humidity. Scattered showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon. Some may be heavy, some downpours, some frequent lightning, some gusty winds. So be mindful of that in the mid to late afternoon time frame. Even Saturday, I think some later in the day, the risk of some passing showers and thunderstorms. Here's a satellite and radar composite. Thunderstorms that were along on either side of the Mass Pike in Boston that weekend. Wasn't too long ago where we had flights circling Logan. They couldn't land. It was some of these bigger storms earlier, but they have since fizzled out, and the remainder of the overnight should be fairly quiet. Now we're tracking this cold front to our north, up in northern New England. This will drop down Friday afternoon, and this will be sort of the trigger that helps to spark some of these showers and thunderstorms for later Friday afternoon. Here's the wider view, and you can see the front draped across northern New England and the Great Lakes. Now, this part of the cold front, which is right in here, is going to move in and arrive from the northeast. And when they do that, we call them backdoor cold fronts. And as it slides through, actually it slides through and then it kind of meanders up and down in our area on Friday afternoon, and that'll be the focal point for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some could be strong and heavy. A look back, today being Thursday, of the heat up and down the northeast corridor with temperatures that were well in the 90s. And the humidity levels remain quite high right on through Friday. So there's a lot of moisture in here, a lot of humidity, and that'll help to fuel some of these downpours and thunderstorms coming up on Friday afternoon. So we're getting close here, and we're going to start things off at 7 o'clock Friday morning, which is fairly quiet. It's already well into the 70s and warming up into the middle 80s, middle to upper 80s by 12 noon. Now notice 12 noon, it's still relatively quiet, but as we get towards mid to late afternoon and early evening, we're starting to see the beginning stages of showers and thunderstorms starting to fire up during the late day and early evening hours. And you can see it right in here. Some downpours and some lightning. So be mindful of that the second half of the day and especially the late afternoon hours. And meanwhile, it'll be fairly quiet for Friday morning, partly sunny up to 85 by 11 a.m. And then during the afternoon, keep an eye to the sky. Be somewhat weather aware, especially mid to late day. Temperatures well into the 80s, very humid with these scattered thunderstorms developing. And again, some strong with some downpours. Beaches, I think any thunder would wait until probably mid to late afternoon. I think if you have beach plans up until morning and noontime, it's okay, but do keep an eye for some darkening skies, though, later in the afternoon. Boaters, certainly be mindful of the risk of lightning and gusty wind and downpours later, mid to late afternoon on Friday on a southwest wind at only 5 to 10 knots, but obviously these winds are going to be much stronger in any thunderstorms that pass through.